everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I've got a really gorgeous Christmas card to share with you today. I shared this on my blog yesterday talking about how I did this distressed edge, and I got so many comments from everyone wanting to know how I did the card. I've got a great little masking technique I'm going to share with you on this one. Very beautiful card. Let me show you how to do it. Let's go ahead and talk about the cardstock you're going to need to create the card. We've got 4 pieces of cardstock, and I'm using 2 colors, Night of Navy and Whisper White. So my back piece here is cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so that's a 1/4 sheet of cardstock. My card base that's going to layer on top of that, this is cut 10 1/2 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored it at 5 1/4 inch. And then the 2 pieces I'm going to use on top of that, this is actually a flashcard. If you guys follow the flashcard series, my Night of Navy is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and my Whisper White layering piece is 2 1/2 by 4 inches. All right, we're gonna go ahead and set the 2 bigger pieces off to the side while we create our focal image. And I'm going to be using a couple different stamp sets today. The tree came from Lovely as a Tree. Guys, this has been one of Stampin' Up's most popular stamp sets for, oh gosh, I don't even know how long. We're gonna be using that gorgeous tree right there. My sentiment came from Hollyberry Happiness. But listen, sentiment, I know you have a lot of sentiments. You feel free to use what you wanted. I'm going to start with my embossing buddy. This is just going to remove any oils that maybe from my hands have gotten on the cardstock. It's going to make sure I get a really nice, crisp, clean image. I'm going to come in with a Versamark pad and then go ahead and bring in my Lovely as a Tree stamp. I'm just going to ink that up in the Versamark. I'm going to stamp it over to the left side of my card. And I know you can't see that, but that's okay. We're going to come in now. We're going to sprinkle this with some Whisper White embossing powder. So we'll sprinkle that on. You notice I just have some copy paper underneath me so I can catch all of that. So there's my image. I'll just pour my embossing powder back into the jar. And now let's come in with our heat gun and we're going to heat set this. I've got just a piece of copy paper and a Post-it note attached here to the top. I'm going to bring in my 1 1/4 inch circle punch. You notice there's the sticky up there. I want to punch right as close to that Post-it note edge as I can because I actually need the sticky that comes on that Post-it note. So let's give that a punch. I'm going to remove this. Hold on to this. We're going to be using it here in just a minute. I'm going to remove the backing paper that I had. Now I have that sticky side, and I'm just going to add my moon right there. So to create all that great shading, I'm going to be using the Brayer sponge, and then I'm also going to be using a sponge dauber. I'm using my Night of Navy ink pad. And to use this roller, it's actually so simple to use. We're just going to ink it up, and you kind of go, geez, Connie, not a lot of ink. I know, but don't worry about it. I'm going to stay up here at the top for just a little bit. You notice I'm not going to get down below my tree just yet because I want to give it a nice shading there at the bottom. And I am just rolling, 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 rolling. Keep that sponge rolling. Okay, I'm going to get a little more ink so I can just get this. I want this really nice and deep up here at the top so that I can get that look that I want. Now down here, let's come back in. And you notice I don't have as much ink on my sponge, and that's all good. But if I want a little more, I can. So this is just, we just want that little bit lighter effect down here at the bottom. Awesome. All right, my sponging is done. Now, here comes some magic. We're gonna take off that Post-it, and there's my moon. But I need to color it. I need to sponge it as well. And this is where that mask is going to come in real handy. Now, I'm going to come in with a crushed curry ink pad. And I could use a different sponge roller because it comes with 3 of them. But I'm going to go ahead and use a sponge dauber for this. So I'm going to make sure my moon is all, you know, covered. I've got my mask right where I want it. I'm just going to start. You notice I'm just doing it on half. And I want that to be a little deeper. Now I can come in and sponge a little more. I'm even leaving a little bit of it almost white. But I like this outer edge, this left edge, to just be a little bit darker. And if you want a little more, remember, you can add more, but you can't take it away. So let's remove that. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? And you guys, that is really easy. And now I'm going to come in and rough up the edges. I shared this tip with you yesterday of how to distress the edges just with a pair of scissors. So I'm just opening my scissors up, and we're just gonna rough up the edge of this cardstock, all 4 sides. Once you do that, it's gonna look like it snowed everywhere. So we're now going to take this, we're gonna put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, and now we can adhere that to our Night of Navy cardstock. We've got that. Now let's go ahead and bring in our card base. I'm going to attach my card base onto the Night of Navy. I can now attach my focal image here onto my card. And now we can stamp our sentiment. As I said, any sentiment will do. This one just, I really like the font with the tree. I thought it went really well. We're gonna add some shimmer with the Wink of Stella. And guys, what I did here is I literally just went over this tree, just rubbing that Wink of Stella on there. It makes it really pretty and shiny. And I know you probably can't see that on camera, but don't worry about it. It really is gorgeous in person. And then remember that darker area? Ooh, I got a little blue on there. Oops. Okay, well, note to self. Let's not do that. But you know what? It actually kind of gives the moon a nice little effect. So I'm just going to go in that darker area there. Now, I wanted to add just a little bit of snow. So I'm going to come in with some of the silver dazzling details and just add just some little dots of snow kind of coming around the tree. That's optional. Now, what to do when you're done with this roller? Simple. Run it under cold water, squeeze it out a few times. You're ready to go with the next color, and you're going to be able to reuse these over and over and over again. I really do love this card. I love that little bit of Wink of Stella on there. It gives it that nice shimmer and shine. And of course, that little Post-it note that you used, you get to use that mask over and over again. Well, I guess until it loses its sticky, and then you have to punch another one. But guys, I really love this card. I hope you do too. Now, if you'd like to order any of the supplies I used to create the card, you can find it at one place. SimplySimpleStamping.com. Just look for the November 30th, 2016 blog post. I'll have the measurements. I'll have all the supplies there. So if you need maybe that Lovely as a Tree or the Hollyberry Happiness stamp, or maybe some of the accessories like that Wink of Stella, you can find all that right there at SimplySimpleStamping.com. Just click a pick. You'll be able to order what you need, and you'll have your Christmas cards done and out the door before December 25th. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the video today. I hope that you like that one. We'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.